like since I've seen this channel specifically, Royalty. Royalty is here actually made a video on the burnt peanuts. He said like the name of the title is called the burnt peanut problem. I'm super curious what's going on with that. Piques my little interest or so. I already know about the burnt peanut, and you already told my stance on, you know, I don't personally care about the dude at the end of the day. So I'm like VTuber, not VTuber, whatever, you know. It's not gonna like, you know, deteriorate me or anything. Like
Even though you're not funny, you don't make your family laugh at the dinner table. I know you don't.
Wait, part 2? He made a part 2? Interesting. Oh, Mujin made another video too as well.
Tell them. Yeah, I'm just a peanut. I have a...
Me when my wife's boyfriend lets me stay up past my bedtime for the burnt peanut dance party?
You literally said the N-word multiple times. I don't know why saying a word means anything, but okay. I did not choose this peanut life. I got turned into one by the burnt peanut.
Hey everybody, CP here, the cool potato. Just wanted to show off.
Ah. Now I know where this video is going towards now. So now everyone is trying to copy and imitate the burnt peanut because of his successfulness. I see. I see where this is going. Where one thing becomes really popular, everyone else starts copying the same thing.
Off the new streamer persona.
Damn, there's like so many different kinds now. I never knew how there's a heart.
So streaming has become quite popular, especially since 2020, where it saw a huge spike in attention, probably due to things like COVID, where we were all forced inside, and for many in education at the time.
Sadly enough, I couldn't stream during the COVID era because my internet was worse than anybody in Africa. Literally, my internet was worse than the internet that they have over there in Africa. Literally, African internet is better than my internet during that time.
You had to put up with makeshift and quickly put together online classes that I'm pretty sure nobody learned a single thing in.
I'm not a child, Heidi. I'm a grown man.
Yo, Randy, you bold as
We've been hacked.
But for many people around that time, especially when the lockdowns had just started, you had to find things to do, which for some turned into learning skills like coding, cooking, painting, and maybe learning how to properly exercise. Or for some it meant playing the same games over and over till you eventually become fatigued with games in general, and even though you had all this free time now, you just couldn't bring yourself to play a game for even 15 minutes before getting bored, closing the game, and staring blankly at the screen. But watching someone else play the exact same game was a different thing entirely. Streaming around this time was already rising in popularity.
I remember a long time ago, the early like 2000s or so, when like Let's Plays were like pretty small or so, and then people would say, why would you want to watch a Let's Player? Just play the game yourself. I remember when that was the comments or so that popped up so frequently back then or so, when Let's Plays were starting off, and then but like some people were hating on it because it like to them it made no sense. Why would you watch somebody play the game if you can just play it yourself, you know? Good times, you know. What a different timeline that we see now. We see people who want to watch people actually play games, you know, and you have people who watch sports on TV. Yeah.
Due to key streamers like Ninja.
I had shockwaves after he railed me like that from behind.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah.
After he shot on my back. After he came from behind.
But now with everyone inside, streaming exploded. We had things like the Among Us craze, a rise in Minecraft viewership.
I remember when Dahi Denogla made fun of XQC because XQC said that Dahi Denogla was talking too slow, and then Dahi Denogla started like talking really fast or so, And then XQC just got super quiet afterwards. I remember that. That shit was funny.
Into things like the Dream SMP, where we saw a different breed of parasocial viewer. We even saw the appearance of more things like VTubers. But one of the results of COVID, apart from it apparently messing with the fabric of time, where it feels like time is going way too fast now, but another effect was that streaming got more popular, more people tried doing it, and more people got into it. It became mainstream, and even after COVID ended, it only became more popular, which has led to the streamers themselves being looked at more like celebrities.
Oh man, dude. I remember this. Oh man. Oh shit, man. I remember this. I remember seeing this. Yeah. I saw it in some YouTube shorts and everything like that, like short. And I was just kind of like, I was like, oof. Come on, everybody. I don't see enough movement happening right now.
I mean, even celebrities themselves have tried to, in one way or another, enter the streaming space.
We could be taking questions right now. TikTok, you got any questions for me?
What the fuck? Wait, are you telling me some of these celebrities are starting to do live streaming and everything? I know about the like T-Pain and Snoop Dogg, but these guys in general? That shit's wild to see that, to be honest.
I'm saying, please come to Peru. You ate. Appreciate that. Love you, Brunito.
Celebrities
are
are
coming
doing
to my
podcasts
house.
and
All
stuff.
right, maybe this questions thing wasn't a good idea.
But with streaming blowing up, it has come with a number of negative aspects as well. Hate watching is one of them, where people watch you for the sole purpose of preying on your downfall.
Who wants some? You want this? Come get it! Get a job, Dale.
Why do you guys keep doing this?
Audience fatigue is
It's
a
pretty
new
funny,
one,
I'm not gonna
especially
lie,
if
that
you
is
blow
pretty
up quite
hilarious.
fast and your content is everywhere. People will get tired of seeing you and start to hate you. The only person I've seen that is completely immune to this is Queso. I have not seen an ounce of hate for him except his chat saying he's the descendant of a prehistoric megalodon, which is one of the many ways they call him fat. There's
Yeah, the amount of fat jokes that he gets thrown at is pretty fucking crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
also a problem with clones, where especially if you get popular for a specific thing or niche, some may attempt to copy you or what you're known for to reap the same benefits. And all of which I just briefly described probably applies tenfold to the streamer I'm going to be speaking about
The
today.
Burnt
A
Peanut.
streamer that at their peak took over the internet to the point
My husband is just so happy watching a burnt peanut, watching a peanut. Okay, so it's a lot of like middle-aged guys who are watching basically the burnt peanut.
where people of all ages were watching him, a streamer that with each stream would get over 100,000 concurrent viewers, and a
Whoa.
streamer that is quite literally a burnt carbohydrate, the burnt peanut.
There's a new one, though. For some reason, a bunch of Dr. Disrespect Champion Club members have been coming in. They think since I'm big now, I'm encroaching on his territory or something. It's like I'm on Arc Raiders, not the playground.
Now, if you don't know who the Burnt Peanut is, he started streaming all the way back in 2022. And when he started, he wasn't a peanut, he was an actual person, a fleshy if you will. But it's important to note that almost all records of these past streams when he wasn't the peanut has been scrubbed from the internet to the point where you can only find singular frames of those streams. But back then he mainly streamed Escape from Tarkov, the game you only play if you have a gambling addiction, or you're a masochist and hate yourself.
I can do it. What is it? Ready? I'm gonna fight for this up. Ready? For the team, boys. Yeah.
Or, more commonly, you're a hacker. When he began streaming, he was still working a full-time job at a call center for scheduling, with the main thing being scheduled, according to him, being cat waxing. But it was the cat usually
flexing?
most of you definitely aren't used to seeing, if you catch my drift. But when he started, he would stream regularly for around 5 months before giving it up, and he would only return a year later after a friend persuaded him to start streaming again. And after one of his first streams back, he noticed his name was Burnt Peanut. So for his next stream, he became a peanut, and the rest from there is seemingly history. He still played Tarkov, but now as a peanut, and he began streaming more regularly with usually a daily stream that ranged from 2 to 6 hours depending on the day. He also began taking his clips from his stream and posting them to places like YouTube, which assisted in slowly building up his following.
So that's the problem with me specifically, right? Why I haven't personally grown or so is making shorts and putting them on, you know, TikTok and Instagram and YouTube shorts. You know, I just don't do that shit because I don't really know how to do shorts to begin with. That's just kind of like the gist of it. So I'm an old school person that just likes the more longer form content.
I'm about to show you the power of the Windingulator, the most powerful weapon in all of Tarkov, but do not share it with anyone.
Adamantium.
Oh my god.
I got him.
By the end of 2024, he was
Interesting. He was a lot more calmer back then too, as well. He was definitely like, you see him specifically, he wasn't yelling every single time he got a kill and everything like that. But now he's transitioned and changed to become louder, you know?
over 1,000 concurrent viewers, and it would only go up from there at the start of
I don't
the
look at my
next
numbers.
year. However, he was still streaming Tarkov, which people didn't really mind. Most
really,
were
like,
there for his
grown.
personality at that point.
In short, meta can be kind of a hit or miss. Like, it can get you a lot of YouTube subs, but it doesn't translate as much to active viewers. Well, that too as well. It just kind of really depends how much like you push for content wise, anyways. Like it can not, like sometimes it doesn't. It'll trickle in or so, but then even then, once those numbers do trickle in, you do get pushed up in the algorithm in Twitch, because remember, right, the whole point of Twitch, what Twitch's algorithm is, if you're not in the top couple of rows on that specific category, 9 times out of 10, no one's gonna watch you. So that's just how it is.
Fucking camping little bitch pussy.
Got your little boyfriend.
Yeah, he's a fucking Timmy, you little
And
pussy.
you're next. Yeah!
And things like his peanut avatar constantly changing, the animations he played before he went into each raid, animations which were made by his brother, and the fact there was never—
What the hell? He has this every single time? Damn, dude, that's crazy. He definitely got some budget, not gonna lie. Well, I can't even do any of that shit.
never truly a dull moment in his streams was why a lot of people kept watching him.
Love you, nut. Peanut's middle is the perfect place for my froggy penis. I want to wear them like a frog and feel that sweet, sweet ass pucker.
And all of this would later be a hallmark of his content. By August of 2025, he was averaging over 10,000 viewers, which put him at the top percentile of streamers, but his viewership would soon skyrocket in November of the same year, which was partially due to the launch of a game called Ark Raiders, a game that was initially thought to be just another extraction shooter trying to copy Tarkov, and a game that 3 years ago was supposed to be a completely different game. But despite what people thought before it launched, it was somewhat of an instant success when it finally released, both with a lot of people playing it and watching it. Peanut began streaming it on release, and quickly he not only became the face of the game, but the face of streaming for quite a while.
Wait, they're saying running dive through.
Oh fuck.
At this point, you could not escape Peanut. He had broken outside the Ark Raiders category and become mainstream. Every platform either had a clip of his stream or a clip of someone talking about his stream. But with that many eyes on you, it almost becomes impossible to avoid controversy, either by people clipping you out of context, or even some people going all the way back before you blew up and sharing a clip of you saying a slur.
I would get QD OLED. Oh my god, dude, what is it? What is up with this fat fire man?
Whoa, he actually said that?
Oh shit. Oh fuck. God damn it.
He even got into
he also realized he's like oh fuck man.
For controversy for being nominated and winning the VTuber of the Year award, which pissed a lot of people off because they don't think he's a VTuber. I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't personally care. I thought this specific subject or so, or this topic or so, I was just like, I'm like, why are you caring about the streamer awards, bro? It's like literally a circle jerk over there. Why even care? Why even bother? Like, it ain't a serious award show.
he even thinks he's not a VTuber, he classifies himself as a P-tuber, and after facing all of this backlash, he immediately started making jokes at the expense of the people that were mad at him.
That's
he
a
was making fun of them.
right there. Listen up, 40-year-old man in a 15-year-old anime 2D VTubing suit.
But if we were honest, it was the Streamer Awards, the event that most criticized for the
Exactly.
theory it's just an award show for the friends of the people that host it, and the
Thank you. God, I've been saying this. Royalty is correct. Like, at the end of the day, I was like, why are you guys even caring about this? Why are you so asphyxiated with the Streamer Awards? Like, come on, let's be honest here. It's something you should not be taking care of. Like, you should, like, it should be like the least important thing in your entire life, to be honest.
event where there's backlash each year for the nominations and award winners anyway. Like, it happens every year. But apart from people digging things up from his past, apart from his classifications as a VTuber or a P-tuber, and apart from his controversies, there's already a few problems that have surrounded him, and it's only gotten worse as he's gotten bigger. And it's to the point now where it's widespread.
POV with my wife's boyfriend gives me an hour of screen time so I can generally spend it all watching The Burnt Peanut and gooping. Gooping? I don't know what gooping is.
And more apparent than ever. And you could say it's at the level now where it's directly affecting the reputation of Peanut. But what are these problems?
Ooh, let's fart on him.
Ah, the clones.
Well, sniff it.
So as I said, when creators blow up, especially for a specific reason, it's natural to see others witness this attention and attempt to recreate it to potentially get a portion of the limelight. This can range from playing the same game to doing the same content to, at worst, attempting to replicate the personality of the original content creator.
You really think I'm queso? You really think I'm queso?
And Peanut is no different from this trend. Actually, in his case, it's much worse.
Granted, like even like almost like the most popular VTubers, I'm like, you know, every other VTuber is also copying, you know, the upper echelon of VTubers as well. You know, trying to become like some of them become like pieces of them, or try to become like a copy of them as well because they got popular and they think they want to be popular. I'm like, hell, there's been a multiple controversies or so where VTubers try to kind of like look kind of the same as their favorite Oshis.
Because he's formatted in the way he is simply a peanut with a filter that captures his mouth and eyes, projected onto the 3D Peanut model. Before Peanut blew up, there was little to nobody with the same format. Ironically, the closest relative to his format he had at the time was actually VTubers. And I know by simply just making that comparison may result in some fans having an aneurysm, but when he did eventually blow up, it essentially became a gold rush overnight. Hundreds of other streamers would adopt an inanimate object with their face displayed on top of it, which ranged from things like other—
Yeah, because it's funny because this has been a thing too as well, where wasn't it like some kind of Instagram filter or something like that they had this? I don't know where this tech originally came from, but
edible items, to items of clothing, to random objects, to even organs. I have a feeling we are soon going to see a Peanut clone in the form of a puckered anus that was locally sourced. That would actually be impressive, probably because she'll be instantaneously banned, but then again, if you're streaming on Twitch, knowing them, you might be fine. There was also a rise in tutorials walking you through how to make your own burnt peanut avatar, which
some of these videos popped up on my feed randomly. They literally popped up on my feed, said how to create the burnt peanut avatar. The same thing with no blender and almost the exact same title too as well.
Only made it more widespread. Now these streamers obviously knew what they were doing.
I'm not trying to copy Burnt Peanut. I say I'm different from the peanuts. I say
A lot of these new streamers would begin
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not the burnt peanut. I say the N-word. God, Jesus Christ. Educational bits. Hard-shell taco model when your mom fucking gives me the slappy sloppy whoppy every single night. So shut the fuck up, dubstep.
being called peanut clones, and I've yet to see one that has successfully pulled this off and managed to gather an audience that doesn't associate them with peanut.
Apple
But are we
jelly?
seeing a trend like VTubers where one person inspires many others to the point where it becomes its own genre? No. As said, I don't see any of these new streamers doing anything unique, and none have accomplished the goal of branching away from the peanut stereotype. I mean, we had the
Yeah, they're all trying to copy him specifically, but I think the difference between the burnt peanut or so, because what Royalty said at the very beginning, he had all these lavish intros and all this shit. I'm like, I don't think these guys can even compete in the same level as burnt peanut. And then also at the same time, they don't really separate themselves to be unique and different compared to like VTubers. You know, VTubers definitely each specific VTuber is pretty unique in their own specific way, you know?
Annoying Orange do this shit like 10 years ago, and I don't think there were any successful copies around that time, but hey, I could be wrong. Maybe a disheveled filled condom will be streamer of the year around this time.
That would be pretty funny if that actually happens.
Next year. Even Peanut has picked up on people doing this, and he doesn't really seem to have a problem with it.
I mean, are they? I don't know. I mean, are they kind of hopping on the floor a little bit? Sure, but you know what I mean. It's like whatever. It's like whatever. I mean, I didn't invent the peanut. I didn't. You know what I mean? They can do whatever they want. They can, you know what I mean? But follow your dreams. That's what I say. That's what I say.
However, even though there are a lot of these clones, currently there is one that stands above the rest. The ultimate Peanut clone, and that is the Faithful Sheriff.
Ooh, let's fart on him. Well, sniff it.
Bro.
Are you telling me that this guy is going to be famous next to the burnt peanut? I guess.
We got
He is the very definition of a peanut clone. He is what appears to be the inbred variant of the burnt peanut. He even has lore that relates to the burnt peanut. Where the story goes, he was turned into a peanut because he disrespected Peanut's friend, Gingy, which outside of the peanut he did actually do. He made a whole video saying she was boring, and apparently they saw that video and responded to it. But in the lore, after seeing Gingy disrespected, the burnt peanut would respond by using his peanut wizard powers to turn this guy into a peanut.
He made a lore about his peanut? About the burnt peanut in his lore? Oh man, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, I guess you are right there, Royalty. That is a copy of a copy, if I have to say.
That is his lore.
You know what you mean?
I can't believe he made a
Yeah,
lore.
he turned me into a peanut, actually. That's why I'm a peanut. He turned me into one. He's my arch nemesis.
But this isn't the first time the Faithful Sheriff has done something like this, because he was previously known before his rebrand as Dr. Witnesser, or as most people called him, Dr. Chud. And if it wasn't obvious, this was his attempt in trying to be a clone of Dr. Disrespect.
So he's trying to be a clone of a clone of a clone.
Dr. Witnesser, thank you for the $10, Doc. I'm 20 minutes deep in some spice, hot, acidic, goosebump-driven diarrhea, and I ran out of toilet paper. I'm install 102 in the arena. Can you send Alex in to toss me a roll? Alex is not here today. You're in shit out of luck.
Bro, that was so worth it.
He was quite infamously known around this time for one, constantly saying slurs.
So, back in the day of the 1910 and 1800s, people would refer to black individuals as niggers.
He was also known
he just fucking he just dropped the hard R. Holy shit, dude. This man just dropped the N-word with the hard R. Holy hell, dude. I didn't know you can do that. Holy cow, dude. That's crazy to hear that. He just like nonchalantly just threw that.
And as the guy who told an 8-year-old child that Santa wasn't real.
People were saying that Santa Claus isn't real, that your parents just bring you the presents.
Yeah, that's actually true, unfortunately. And that's another lie, and that people do spread.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why? Why?
I don't teach my kids about Santa Claus because it's not real, and I don't lie to my kids.
He was also known to be heavily religious, and if you had a mic on in his Fortnite lobby, he would try and convert you to some form of Christianity, even if you have a different religion or...
I feel sorry for that kid, to be frankly honest, dude. That kid's imagination has been completely ruined, to be honest. That shit's awful, to be honest. That really is awful.
You're a child, he will still try and convert you.
It's mom.
Nice.
This guy is talking to kids? That's already a red flag immediately.
I'm playing PS4 right now, but I'm gonna play on Xbox.
Cool.
Yes.
So, listen, I go into games and I teach people about the Bible.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
About the afterlife.
You know how much that Xbox cost?
What?
You know how much that Xbox cost?
I think he was most known for trying to convert a child and telling them if they don't convert, they will go to hell when they die or something. But
oh, that's so fantastic to tell that to a child. Wow, what a great fucking idea for content. Oh my god. That no Santa, only Jesus is real? Oh my lord, dude. Bro, you can't say that to a kid? Yeah, if you don't believe in Jesus, you're gonna burn in hell, and your fucking skin will fucking burn off or so while you're melting in the 7 hells of sin. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? What the hell?
obviously, with his reputation in the toilet as Dr. Witnesser, he would move on to greener pastures, which was doing the exact same thing he was doing before, but now as a peanut.
So, do you believe in Jesus? Or did college teach you out of Jesus? 'Cause that's what they do.
And for some reason, he has a bit where he loves being a bit gassy, and he will regularly unload on stream.
Good morning, everybody. It's the Faithful Sheriff, and today we're going into Fortnite and telling everybody about the good Lord. Everyone's welcome, if you're nice and all that.
Do not tell.
Ha 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 ha. That's so funny. Wow, I fart all the time. Wow.
Pyrocynical about this streamer. Now obviously he could not outrun his past, and with him doing the same thing he did with Dr. Disrespect, now with the burnt peanut, he quickly became one of the most hated peanut clones, because at least all the other clones did their own thing. They never tried to be a carbon copy, and they never begged for attention from Peanut.
Here's the deal. If you get the burnt peanut to respond to this video by saying, I released you of your peanut bones, you get your witnesser back.
But because people hated him so much, it has led to a number of things happening. First, someone sent him a fake cease and desist letter, which was said to be from Peanut.
Wait, are you serious? Wait, what? So I wanted to share some information with you guys on why I ended my stream early. I received this email from someone claiming to represent the burnt peanut. They sent me this cease and desist letter, so naturally my heart skipped a beat for a second because I was taken aback. Someone actually sent this? A cease and desist. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Made him promptly end stream because he thought he was going to get sued by Peanut. The second thing was that people started circulating fake rumors about him. Someone photoshopped a cock on his peanut, which was something that happened to the original Peanut, and they made it look like he was requesting this just so he could be like Peanut, and he denies it.
I never said this. I never even knew that these guys existed prior to yesterday when this post came out. Here's a picture of my real penis that you can use. Obviously, this is not me. Y'all have seen me. This person probably weighs about 170. I'm 300 pounds.
People also raided his Discord day one and circulated some rumors there. And third, they have doxed him whilst he was live multiple times. In one event, reading out his full social security number, and in another, a person in a game with him calls him out for not living in Texas and LARPing that he does, and then they proceed to read out his current address, which understandably results in a reaction of him looking at the camera like he had just witnessed a second Hiroshima.
I can argue.
Like how you lied about being from Texas when you live at.
Yeah, I don't approve of you doxing somebody. Like, as much as you don't like somebody, like a certain streamer or whatever, I just don't approve about the doxing.
I don't live there, buddy.
Really? Because your wife does.
You can actually find a lot of hate posts about him just showing his address, which is fucked up, because he has a wife and kids and you are potentially putting him and his family in danger doing this. You shouldn't do this. But from the outside, with all of this happening, it has not hindered his activity at all. He seems to have more viewership than ever since he became the faithful sheriff.
Oh my god, he is actually becoming famous. Do I need to be a copy of a popular VTuber so I can become famous too? Do I need to do that too? Do I need to have crackhead energy as well to even compete in the same realm as these other crackhead VTubers? Do I need to start popping pills to start going hella crazy? Do I need to start popping Adderall or something?
But obviously it has somewhat affected the Burnt Peanut brand and potentially added to the next problem Peanut has been facing.
Mr. Fatigue. A little bit of Oh, are people getting fatigue about the burnt peanut now at this point? Nah, you need meth. I'm not trying to look smacks, okay?
Ooh, a little bit of goo. I'm such a chud.
Now the last problem is something I mentioned at the start of the video, which is when you get as big as Peanut and you are basically everywhere on most platforms. I think even I've been barraged by Peanut clips on my beloved Instagram Reels. And although it's probably not just Peanut himself posting all over these platforms, it's also his audience. But regardless, it still leads to the same result, which is that—
You know, the funny thing about it, I've always seen these videos, right? They always say like, oh, I see this pop up on my timeline so many times and everything. I personally don't. I literally don't get. I've never gotten like burnt peanut clips or burnt peanut shorts or anything related to the burnt peanut. Not at all.
People get quickly tired of seeing you and in some cases just start to hate you. But for the Burnt Peanut in this case, it's probably the fastest I've ever seen this happen because he only blew up like 4 to 5 months ago, and already both him, his audience, and even his catchphrases have been designated as cringe. Currently it's looking like the reputation—
Really? Is it? It could be because he's always, because most of the time, right? Because when it comes to like the burnt peanut, Loud is always funny at the end of the day, and I guess he's like doing it excessively that it gets tired and boring pretty quickly. You know, I guess that just comes with the territory of just being, you know, of just keeping up that momentum after a while. I only got that old clip from him from Omegle, I think. I don't think it's fatigue, it's more like stagnant content. You think so? I don't know, man. It could be fatigue, though. I'm like, hearing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again gets boring pretty quickly and gets tiring pretty fast.
of being a Burnt Peanut fan is probably on the same levels as being a Has-Been Hotel fan.
I'm gooping it. This is the best part. Just wait. Hate for Mr. Nut is so forced because how can you hate him? He's just a silly little guy. Mr. Silly.
These are his audiences. Yeah, they are really like Has-Been Hotel fan base. Oh man. Wow, these are literally I guess if you're a peanut fan or so, you're a Has-Been Hotel fan.
A little bit of goop.
It's even got to the point where people act like the burnt peanut had beheaded each of their family members in front of them with how mad they are when it comes to talking about him.
The burnt peanut has no choice but to rely on an AI avatar to pull viewers in. Why exactly? This is one of the most brutal and classic example of the BP. If he were to show his face on stream, he would get 0 viewers because his Philly drum is way too short.
Even though you're not funny, you don't make your family laugh at the dinner table. I know you don't. What do you tell them? Yeah, I'm just a fucking peanut. I have a peanut mascot on, and I'll turn to the side and open my mouth. The kids.
Man, people are so salty that he is famous, and they are not. To be honest, this sounds like they're fucking salty or so. You know, talking about gives views, so people do it.
Love it, saying that, nigga. You are lame.
This seems to have been a thing that only recently happened because some people are confused how he went from generally loved to now widely hated. Some have blamed it on the fans on the older side of his audience, more accurately the millennials, citing the videos of them unironically repeating.
Wait, so he caters to millennials? So apparently the burnt peanut caters to mostly millennial people, so that's pretty much most of you guys in chat, to be frankly honest. I know my audience is also, I have a good chunk of the millennials that watch me. So, how much to weigh? I don't know.
Some of his catchphrases, but come on, millennials got completely fucked when it came to the housing market. Let them have their fun. But was it down to the fans of the burnt peanut that he's now considered cringe? I don't necessarily think so. Yes, there are a few posts I've seen that may have contributed to it, and I don't think it's down to the behavior of the burnt peanut himself. He's been doing the same thing he always does. He hasn't really changed enough from what I've seen to warrant this shift. I think it's just the internet being the internet and the combination of blowing up so fast and being everywhere to the point where it gets somewhat annoying to people. Or you don't hold the same value than you did previously because you're mainstream now. And it's to the point where maybe your grandma is even saying things like she's gooping it, quoting him directly. So
oh lordy lord, if I see someone, well, I was gonna say my grandma or my grandparents, but like my grandparents are back in the void, so I was gonna say if any of them said goopy or so or reference anything about the peanut, I'm just gonna be like, you know, sometimes you should not have access to the internet, grandma or grandpa.
I guess it's not as cool as when he was more of a niche streamer, but yeah, it's quickly shifted from the burnt peanut being widely praised to now people expressing how they're tired of seeing him and his audience.
I'm a motherfucking gooner goy. I'm a dreamer goy. I love a Floyd that don't even fucking need a goy. Baby, I'm a gooner goy.
So in conclusion, the burnt peanut currently is seeing something that affects most people that get popular rather fast. Does it mean his online career is over and he's doomed to fall off? No. This will come and pass. A lot of the clones will, I assume, die off unless we do actually see what we saw with VTubers, where they do successfully branch away from being associated with Peanut. The criticism towards his content and fans is going to be around for a while. We are seeing a pack god-like situation with this, but people will eventually move on. However, currently the Peanut is doing fine. He's just as big and he's still one of the top streamers. Yes, these problems may have tainted his reputation and...
Let me see. So the burnt peanut responded to a viewer who asked, "Why is the stream in 360p? It just looks like that for you because the houses in your country are made of sticks and clay. You live in a third world country, sir." Oh, so he made a joke like that. I see.
Brand, but I think long term he'll be fine. But yeah. That's it. If you're using Linux to watch this right now, we get it, you're a femboy. But make sure to uninstall the French language pack. It's been causing performance issues for Linux systems. But that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.
If you're using Linux, you're a femboy, we get it. Really, I never knew that, to be honest. He called out chat. Yeah, no, there's some people in my chat who use Linux or so you guys are all fanboys. Confirmed. I knew it. I knew it. Anyways, that was a pretty good video, to be honest. I can kind of see where people are getting a little bit tired because it pops up on their feed. But the funny thing about it, specifically for me, is like none of his content ever pops up for me, like whatsoever. Like I don't get like when it comes to like some of the popular stuff in general, like some of the popular VTubers or whatever. Like from time to time it pops up, right? But nothing like this or any of like streamers in general pops up on my feed at all. Like it's not consistently every single time. It could be because like I just don't look for it. I just don't search it, so that's about it. I don't know, but who knows? We'll see if this continues or not. It depends on the audiences if it gets will it get out of hand though? It could eventually get out of hand when it comes to some of the millennials going a little too cringy, I guess, question mark, but we'll see about it. I got some of his clips when I was looking up Arc Raiders content a month or two ago. I never got anything from him specifically. Not a single piece of content from him. The only thing I knew about Mr. Peanut Man was when he popped up at the Streamer Awards, and then we looked up what he was or so, and then that was just kind of like basically it. I was like, oh, okay, I see. Code not interested in Arc Raiders, so Peanut didn't pop up. But even then, he posts it like pretty much everywhere. So you expected it to pop up somewhere, at least on my timeline, randomly. You expect it, right? Millennials, right? Because I still use Facebook from time to time, right? You expected it would pop up on my timeline feed on fucking Facebook, but it doesn't pop up on Facebook at all. So I'm like, it really doesn't pop up, not a single time. So that's the only reason why I'm just kind of like, it's a little bit, it's a little bit fucking weird in general. But yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And well, that's the burnt peanut problem, I guess. And peace.